guys, it's Gigi. So let me just start off this video by saying I am being extremely open and honest, and I'm putting myself out on a ledge talking about this kind of situation, and I expect everyone to be nice and mature because we are living in the real world, people, and shit happens. But before we get into all of the nitty gritty, I really wanted to shout out Lily, Superwoman here on YouTube. I totally forgot to say this in my last video. I'm so proud of her for launching her documentary. I'm seeing billboards of her all over LA, and I think it's just so amazing that YouTube is finally kind of like crossing over and that she's had so much success and that we're from the same hometown of Toronto. I'm gonna put a link to YouTube Red down in the description box. You guys can go subscribe and check it out that way, and let me know if you've seen it. I'm so excited. So moving on, the story starts one random morning. Me and my friend had a sleepover the night before, and we woke up and we were kind of lounging around. Hadn't really started our days yet. I think we were watching TV or something like that, and something for like STDs came up on TV, and I was like, can I ask you a question? When's the last time that you were tested? Because it's been a while for me. He was like, it's probably been like a year since I've been tested. And I was like, you know what? That's not good. So we were kind of looking at each other like, I don't really want to go because we're nervous. It was one of those things where it was kind of like, God damn it, why did we have to see that commercial? Now we like can't stop thinking about it, and like now we feel like we have something because we're both single and we're both, you know, sexually active. And it's one of those scary things where you just build it up in your mind and you're going through the people that you've been with and you're like, oh my God, I wasn't sure if he was clean or, you know, she was clean, whatever. And you need to go get tested if you haven't in a while because people lie and people are sketchy and you can't trust everyone. So we look up the closest clinic to us and we just go there, and it's both of our first times at this particular location. So we're filling out all this paperwork and like going through everything. We have to download the app. It's just literally so dramatic, and I was just like, God, I thought this was gonna be like so quick. It's turning into this like hour-long dilemma. So I go in, and I had never been asked a lot of the questions. I guess they're new that I had been asked this time that I got tested. It was literally like, have you ever had sex for money or drugs, or just like the craziest questions. I'm like, no. So then he gets called in and we get our blood drawn and like the whole bit, we get like swabs and we have to like pee, and it's just like the most dramatic thing of life. So after that, they're like, okay, we're gonna wait and, you know, test you guys for like HIV and stuff like that, like the quick ones that we can tell you in like 5 or 10 minutes. So we're in the waiting room and we're like, oh my God, fuck. Anyone that's done this has like knows the feeling. It's like not a good feeling because you're just thinking like, God damn it, I knew that guy was dirty. This is terrible. I shouldn't have done that. Was the sex even that good? Literally, like you're just freaking the fuck out thinking that you have every single STD in the book and that you're gonna die. So I get called in and my girl comes out and she's like, Gigi, like just so happy, like biggest smile on her face. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with this girl? Does she like delivering bad news? We go into her room, she slides the door closed and she goes, you know, good news, you don't have HIV, you're not HIV positive, and you're totally fine. And I was like, oh, girl, thank God. Thank you, Jesus Christ Almighty. So she goes, all the other tests are gonna take a while to go back, and it's a good thing if you don't hear from us. So if you get a call from us, pretty much you have something. So I was like, okay, that's how the last place I went to worked, and I never got called. So this is, you know, routine. Now I can like relax. So I go back and I sit in the waiting room. My friend comes out like a minute later. He's smiling. So we are both clean at this point, or so we thought. So a few days later, I was at dinner with my girlfriend. It's been a long day for the both of us. We're having a drink, we're talking, we're having a good time. I get up and go to the bathroom. She didn't have to go, so she stayed at the table. And on my way to the bathroom, it was kind of like a long walk. Like you have to like go through like this bar situation. These two people stopped me, and they're actually from Toronto, and they had recognized me from YouTube. We started talking, and they had actually followed me for a really long time, and they're from very close to where I grew up. So we were talking, we were having a good time. I have my purse by my side, and I feel my phone ringing. And let me just say, every single day, every single phone call up until this point, I was like, oh my God, my phone is ringing. Oh, thank God. If it was a number that I didn't recognize, I was so nervous to pick it up because I didn't know if it was the clinic calling me, telling me that I had something. So I was talking to them and my phone is like buzzing, and I was like, oh, I'll just get it later. I don't want to be rude. So we finish our conversation. I go to the bathroom, and after I do my business, I check my phone and I see that I have one missed call from this random number and a text message from a number I don't know. I was like, uh-oh, who is this? I open it. It's this guy named Eduardo. Don't know an Eduardo. The text message reads, hi Gigi, this is Eduardo from the clinic. Sorry, we're actually about to close for the weekend because it was a Friday. If you can give me a call back in the next few minutes, I only need a couple minutes of your time. So needless to say, I am literally about to fucking projectile vomit all over the bathroom. When I had come out of the stall with an empty bladder, about a minute before reading that text message, I had looked normal. I looked bronzed, I looked glowing, I looked healthy. When I raised my head up and looked in the mirror from that text message, it looked like I had seen a ghost. I had no color in my skin. My eyes had sunken and my mouth had gone from a slight smirk to a fucking frown, people. I felt my whole life flash before my eyes at that moment. So obviously I try to call Eduardo back and he doesn't pick up. So I call him off the hook. I am blowing up his phone at this point. Still no response. So naturally I burst out of the bathroom, run through, body checking people on the way to my girlfriend. I was like, girl, I just got a call from the clinic. I have an STD. She's like, oh my God, who is it from, do you think? I'm like, girl, I don't know. So I sit back down in my seat, chug my drink back. I was like, this is so depressing. God only knows where this started. Like, I might as well just like never have sex again. I'm dirty, I'm disgusting. I am literally Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. That's how I felt. I just felt like, ew, who the fuck gave me something and didn't tell me? Like, this is disgusting. The one thing you might not know about me, some of you might, I am the world's most impatient person. So when I got this news via text message, because my voicemail box isn't set up, I needed the answer. And I needed it now. So coincidentally, we were eating down the street from the clinic. It was probably like 5 or 6 blocks down the street. We were actually eating at Pump Restaurant, Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. So cute, love that place. I thought we can make it to the clinic in time. Like, someone must be there still packing up. Maybe they're not answering their phones, but I have hope. And that's pretty much the only thing that I can hold on to at this point because I'm Gollum. But we get up from the table, we leave the restaurant, our drinks are still there, we have not paid, and our waiter sees us leaving and chases us out. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, sir, I have an emergency, we will be back. Trust me, I just need answers to something that's going on in my life. He was like, okay, yeah, we'll see you soon. So we don't get in a cab, we don't call an Uber, my adrenaline is rushing. We are running down the street to get to this clinic. We finally get to the clinic and I see from the street that there are lights on and I was like, oh my God, thank you God so much for this fucking blessing because I'm not gonna be able to sleep not knowing what I have. And funny thing is, I was actually leaving on a flight to New York the next day, so I was just like, this cannot be my life. I cannot be in New York trying to have fun for Fashion Week and not know what I have floating around in my body. Like, a guy's gonna come up to me and I'm gonna say, I'm dirty. I said, listen, so when Eduardo texted me, I guess he's not here because he's not picking up his phone, but he said that he needs a couple minutes of my time, and you guys told me if I hear from you, that's not a good thing, so I need to know what I have to solve this issue. So he's like, okay, let me just like call back and see if Eduardo's there. He calls, there's no answer. He's like, let me check with another doctor, maybe we can pull up your file and see what's going on. I go and sit down with my girlfriend, and I was literally like looking around. There was nobody else there. Pretty much all the lights were off except the front ones, and I was like, this is so messed up. Like, I came here to like further myself and like be healthy, and I made my other friend go, and now I'm the one with the problem. I'm literally sitting and like going out clothes, like heels, like little cute dress, and I'm just like, this is not my life. Like, what is going on? Like, this is just not cute. My girlfriend is rubbing me on the back. She's trying to comfort me. She's like, it'll be okay, Gigi, everything is fine. You haven't noticed any symptoms or anything? I'm like, no, I've literally noticed nothing. Am I literally so obsessed with finding the ring in Lord of the Rings that I don't even pay attention to my fucking body anymore? Because I'm Gollum. So the receptionist comes back out, we run up to the desk, or I run up to the desk, my girlfriend's just sitting there like, girl, too much. He takes me to the back, and this time it's not one of the small kind of sliding door rooms where I was asked if I had sex for money. It's one of the big, like, where you sit with like one of those plastic sheets. I was like, oh no, this is not good. He pulls out my file, and right beside the computer, because I couldn't really see the screen, there was a list of all the STDs. It was like a chart form. I went down on the side and there was a category for symptoms. I go, I read every single STD. And it's possible that you have an STD and you are not having symptoms. So, I mean, at that point, I was pretty much, you know, ready to give up. So the doctor looks at me, takes his hand off the mouse, looks right to me and goes, so Gigi, you are completely clean. All your tests came back as negative, and we're so sorry for the mix-up for the call. Yeah, this happened. I was like, wait, are you kidding me? I'm not Gollum? What? How is this possible? But then I started thinking, and I like came back down to earth. I was like, wait, so why would you guys text me and say that you needed to talk to me for a couple minutes? Like, where is Eduardo? So this is what happened. So my friend that I went to get tested with was on vacation. I guess they were trying to call him and they didn't pick up, and since we both had filled out each other as our emergency contacts, they got a hold of me because they couldn't get a hold of him. First of all, I am feeling like the luckiest person on earth, and second of all, I am so confused. Like, why wouldn't you specify in your text message that it's not regarding my test results? Like, I was so mad. I was like, you had me so scared, and meanwhile, this is just an emergency contact situation. Girl, get it together. I was freaking freaking out. So yes, that was my STD story. I was so happy. And as for my friend, he is completely clean now. I think he took his pill or pills, whatever he had to do, a couple days ago. So we're all good in the hood, but God, was that fucking stressful. I was freaking out. So all in all, it all ended okay, and I'm so thankful for that. But if you are out there and you are sexually active, I just wanna have this video and story be a reminder to get tested, because you never know, and you definitely do not wanna be spreading it to people, because that's disgusting and very, very irresponsible. I'm sure there's somewhere in your town where you can go get tested anonymously if you're scared, or, you know, get a group of friends together and go. It will all be fine, but you never know, and it's so much better to be safe rather than be sorry later, because you never know what's going on inside your body. So that's my preaching for this video. Have you guys ever had an STD scare like this? That was one of the most scary things I've ever gone through. Let me know down in the comments, and until I see you guys next time, stay gorgeous.